Hello, everybody, and this is Yu Senki Season 2. Now, some background. I watched Yu Senki when it first came out years ago, and I loved it. I loved it so much, actually, that I I didn't want to get past the anime, but I read the books and the manga up to a certain point. But before, I made sure that I didn't read anything that didn't happen in the anime. But those of you who have read the novels or the manga know that it's different interpretations of the character. They're quite different, to be honest. And I am really looking forward to seeing what more this is going to come from because, yeah, I really like this series and I love all the themes and everything. And I really hope they continue with those. And, of course, the characters. And just, I find it so good. But enough talking, let's just get into it. And the classic. Oh, is she, what? This has to be... This has to be like a dream, or... Yeah, it's probably like a dream of Tanya being a nightmare for her, basically. Praying to the statue. Or ignorant lamb. Or something along those lines. And her eyes are being glowing yellow. And we know that she uses her powers basically when she gets that, or the special cursed amulet that she does. And it basically forces her to pray. It almost brainwashes her. And so it could be figured that if for some reason it's this permanent or having a prolonged effect, that it really bad. Or maybe it's not a dream. That animation though, I love it. I prefer to feed you to the pigs. What was that? Symbolic, metaphoric, and a drop falling there, forming a tear. Interesting visual metaphor. That, because usually that angel depicts being X, and that's interesting because so far being X have been incredibly cruel and uncaring to basically everybody. So, Oh, attention, Victoria. Great job. And this ruined church. Oh, this guy. This disgusting. Oh. Oh my god, they really went all out on the animation here. I can't believe they did that, to be honest. A great showcasing of how disgusting he is. And, oh, we're getting a run through of all our villains or antagonists. You do? Really? Are you saying you're not gonna do the same thing again? Interesting. And then she walks up on... Where are we? I mean, we saw that statue several times, and that is when she went to the church in the capital, but those are ruins, so... And the generals. And I guess this is the news of... Jesus, I forgot his character. Yeah, I think it's Hans or something. When he gets the news that Tanya is basically in charge of Salamander. In charge of her brainchild. Yes, we all know. You've said that like 3 times to the generals right now. Yeah, that's the part we got from the trailer. They really went all out on the animation, on facial animations and such. And yeah, this is her new squad. All of them are sweating. I would be too. I would be terrified about what Tanya is going to say to her whole group, because she can be a bit intense, and based on her speech during the pasta episode, not the past episode, at the end of the first season, it could start complications. Yeah, it's kind of hilarious among days that everyone have a sweat here, because if they've all been informed, they've probably all been informed about who Tanya really is, because otherwise it would be quite difficult to keep her command. They probably know that she is, well, the devil of the Rhine and all her accolades and some such. Welcome to our battlefield. It's almost intimate how she says that. And she almost looks like she's praying. And then we have the Nutcracker here besides. Interesting. Yeah. Free to choose. Oh, I love it when they take libers like this. Oh. Let's go. I am so looking forward to this. Of course, the mandatory. This is a work of fiction. Yeah. Oh, what specifically are you referring to? Because that could mean a lot of things. Unified year 1926. Eastern Front. Near the front lines. Maybe they're obviously going through training exercises or something similar. Who is this? Captain Lionheart and Klaus Tospand. I hope you live. Imperial Army Salamander Combat Team Infantry Commander. Alright, so we may know this character. Oh. Our infantry are a bunch of dumbasses. Is it that you can't intervene? Are these training exercises, or are you training them in live fire exercise? And yeah, this is the point where she really has to teach how a combined force works. That they can't all operate independent. They have to work together. And I'm unsure how long she's had this platoon or these groups of people, but she really need to go through the fear of everything with each commander. And they seem to know at least some bit. Oh. Yeah, a bit counterintuitive, but to be honest, this seems more like a communication issue than anything, because they seem to be informed of different strategies. Is that safe? Everyone's a moron. Is these... yeah, right. I didn't recognize him, but it said it was part of our group. But no, never mind. It's just a bunch of new mages that they need to train up. But that's a bit mean, Tanya, right? They're great human shields, I'm sure. But they're so dumb. Oh, Salamander Combat Team. I guess you're gonna go have through some intense training. It's gonna take at least a few months before you're back into the front lines, and I thought that maybe you would be happy about that. But maybe HQ is not gonna allow you really that time, because... Or maybe they will, I don't know. I actually have trust in strategic HQs, because those characters are incredibly competent. At least those we've seen, so. Yeah. And also, Jesus, what a title she has. Fighters. Interesting. And some reintroduction to our characters. Reiner, Wilbald. What symbol do they have on them? Is that the Republic symbol? No. I don't know. Ugh. But it doesn't seem to be Imperial symbols, so these are likely enemies in a live fire exercise. But it's not a true exercise because they're probably supposed to be operative at this point, but they're not. And Tanya clearly points it out. I'm gonna lower the volume a bit. Yeah. Ooh. He could have died there. He could have really died if he was a bit unlucky. They really went all out on the animation. That looks great. At least to me, to my untrained eyes. So, good on you, Tanya. A tactical demonstration. That's great. Oh yeah, so it's the Federation. We kind of were that at the end of the movie, but I didn't know if they were gonna be moved somewhere else or if they're still gonna fighting in them. Those are new, those glasses. Usually those are for pilots, I would believe, and to protect their eyes from the wind and some such, help the eyes focus, probably. But I'm curious that Tanya has them now for some reason. Could be that they're pretty new, or could be new standard, or just because they felt like it. Yeah, because even now, Federation, I don't put too high stock in their military doctrine, and currently it's believed that mages can't really fight fighter planes, so it's kind of natural of them to assume that, but still. Oh, they managed to dodge a few and get on her behind. Oh, I love them fighting in the cloud. That's the comics I know. Love wasting bullets and soldiers' lives. Now she's just flexing. I was a bit surprised at them actually being able to fight back, but she's not truly using her amulet and she's just fucking with them. She's doing a demonstration. Which, is that such a good demonstration when you're showing off? I don't think so, but maybe she's not. Devil of the Rhine. Yeah. They've even come to the Federation territory, that name, so it's gonna stick. So to all their enemies, she's the Devil of the Rhine. I'm sure some of these people don't even know where Rhine is, so... Hold on, what did she do? Did she shoot a smoke screen, or what? She is... different? Yeah. Smoke screens so that they didn't see them landing. It honestly reminds me of the game War Thunder. You ever play that? It's quite a fun game, and things like that happen all the time. Blowing that close to the ground is... yeah. Are you really? I hope that's a specialized cannon for for air. But that's a lot of shots for a few planes. No, they don't. Really, no, you're not gonna catch Tanya off guard. But she is frustrated with her allies. Is that a knife? What the hell? Oh, what? Oh. The interesting visual showing off Tanya like that. I want to have a look at it again. She cuts... I can't exactly see what she cut, but it explodes, apparently. Which is great. So this is how the enemy views her. Yeah, looks like a devil. Now, he's gonna flee. I'm actually curious if that's being X's influence, because we're seeing it in the glasses, and it could, yeah, visual metaphor and everything, how she looks. But I feel like it's being X, because he's responsible for very much, not everything, a lot actually is Tanya's sort of own fault. But this, I think it would be a method of which being X really influences everything. I would hope to see a confirmation of that, but till then I'm just gonna... It's a cool visual. Yeah. And you have the silver wings. Well, my theory holds that it's Being X if he survives, because if Being X would essentially want that image to reoccur to create a widespread fear of her, to make her more of a target. Like maybe even a nuclear weapon, for example. They have this incredible powerful mage that they're using and we need to get rid of it. That sort of mentality. I could see Being X cultivating something like that. But never mind if he dies, because then it wouldn't be any point. Or maybe just another showing of Being X not being as unfallible as he believes himself to be. Or is trying at least to trick Tanya into believing. Ah, the light. Happy face? Let's go. Oh god. See what I'm talking about. Oh, you're in the radio. Oh, never mind, she... Another great visual, I hope... Let's go! And just the terror in his face. I love that we're seeing more of the inner workings, because I actually can't remember, except in the first episode, where we really see the magic and the technology fusion, and I love to see more of it. And here we're getting an almost similar one. Well, it's almost exactly similar, but the animation is extended. It's a lot more, and it's great. It's a lot more magic, and I love just his terrified face, just looking around in terror, hearing her voice, because she's really putting down who she is, and just the incredible gall. Like, being on his radio, and then you start praying, basically, and to him, he've already seen you kill all of his friends. Not all, but you get what I mean, and he's just... Oh. Oh my god. Interesting symbols that they choose to appear. There's a pentagram, but I can't really decide on any other symbol. Interesting. Oh my god. You're doing just this for the fun of it. This is... Oh my god. That is overkill. And again, incredible animation, just him bursting into flames. I guess you want to make sure that everybody is dead, right? Because so far, 2 times have enemies returned after she believed in them. We got Mary Sue's father was quite a disturbance and almost killed her. Very dangerous. And mages historically are very hard to kill. And then we got Mary Sue, and she survived. So she probably wanna make sure that everybody that she fights is dead, like putting an extra bullet in everybody's head. Amazing beginning. Oh, he is. I wonder how she's gonna do this, because she can't personally teach everybody, and every commander kinda need a different education. But their main problem is communication, so she's probably gonna focus on that every communicates and understand the theory behind the salamander group. Yeah, every single unit commander. This actually looks like a pretty nice place. It's actual houses. I would also be terrified. Interesting. It took me a few seconds, but does Tanya wear high heels? It's a different outfit than I'm used to her having. Or maybe she's always had it and I just didn't notice. But it also means that she's shorter than I also imagine. But she is a child. And I just... Great scene. Oh. 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 That's sad. But our forces pride themselves on our speed. Yeah, that's probably how you're gonna operate. And isn't they sort of have the right mentality? They seem brave, at least 4 of them, but they really need to learn to strategize. Hmm. That is not the voice I expected out of him. Were you also the one who, yeah, talked about elastic defense? Is that the practice they're using right now? Hmm. You mean that you have a... Oh. It feels like it would also require almost a surplus of manpower more than anything else. But what do I know? I'm not... I don't work in the military. And it seems like the... Well, it doesn't seem, but I'm guessing that they're gonna be short on supplies, manpower, and basically everything, because that's kind of what Tanya is used to. And I don't by any means think that HQ is neglecting Tanya. She is incredibly important, and this is an incredibly important spot. But they probably skimp a little bit because of the experimental nature of everything, and that she is in charge. And in emergencies, she knows what to do because they know she's incredibly talented and takes initiative. Stubborn, stupid, and hardworking. Usually, I mean, stubborn and hardworking are both good qualities, but I agree that in this case, they don't work out for them. Ooh. Oh, we're getting a short. The war began with the Entente Alliance violating our borders. Yeah. So we had the Federation, and I didn't actually know that they conquered the Entente Alliance. Or not conquered, but I suppose occupied is the right word. The partisans. In Africa, yeah. Or, you know what I mean. That Tanya was fighting. And their army is, well, army base, so they're having a hard time fighting there. But then also we got the Federation, which is probably the biggest threat for them right now. Hmm. Turning into a quagmire, yeah. Luckily, they're communist, and it's not really an accurate presentation of communism as a whole, but it is an accurate presentation of the Soviets. Kind of, I guess. Never mind. I actually don't know enough history to actually claim that, so don't listen to me. Somewhere in Moscow, the People's Party conference. But in here, at least, they're incredibly incompetent, and Betarte rules, Game of Telephones, all that jazz. Mm. Party leader. And yeah, what position does he have? People's Commissioner for Internal Affairs. Committee member. Interesting. So this is the party leader. Secretary Joseph. Mm. And Gloria. I know these are based on actual real people who existed in the Soviet. But oh. Yeah, I thought you killed them all. Yeah, I knew you sent them to camps, but uh, this seems like a political mess if you're gonna send them into war. And yeah, it's a classical argument that they can pay off their sins, but then you're gonna have them working with. They're gonna act as a lower class, and the commander's gonna be discriminatory, and it's not gonna be a really effective force, or I should say less effective force. More manpower is great, but as mages are incredibly dangerous with the right equipment, I am unsure if this is gonna blow up in their face or work out great. And being X is on their side, so it could work out great. If yeah, everybody equalsing. Are you saying that you're opposed to having these counter-revolutionary elements fighting the Imperial Army? Oh, that fast? Is that why everybody is sweating? Because they're pretty much just figureheads at this point. Just stand there, sit down, and get new commands. Allied Kingdom. New method of cooperation. Trying to bring together and start some form of grand alliance against the evil empire. Prime Minister. I mean, well, good luck. Hold on. I didn't really catch his name. Minister Sherbal. Suspiciously similar to another historical name. But I'm sure it's nothing. I don't really care that much either about the historical comparisons when it comes to people, because so you're gonna make a deal with the devil to defeat another devil, is that it? Yeah, basically what I said. And does that mix it out? I mean, you could definitely argue that from their point of view, the Empire is really a lot more dangerous, but I think politically the Federation is more dangerous because of how different your ideals is, and if what comes after the war is what I'm saying. Oh, Ilode Kingdom, which ally with the Empire maintains neutrality. That's great. The Unified States. Hold on, I want to read that another time because these are very important that you get to me. Unified States. And yeah, the multinational volunteer force that we saw in the movie. As Tanya speculated and even said, it's not gonna keep to only that. With being X's influences, you can I barely trust their allies who try to maintain neutrality, because he can always fuck with something. What was interesting transition? It's like an old-timey movie. Yeah, and there we have it. We have the Imperial symbol, the two-headed dragon. I remember seeing it in the first episode. Or maybe it was the second episode. But when they refer to her as the Devil of the Rhine, it showed the statue with two dragons. And I'm assuming it's the Imperial. So it's... And yeah, it's Tanya talking, so I could see it being some memoir or something like that. Aww. Gravesite somewhere in Federation territory. I really shouldn't feel bad for Mary Sue. I mean, she practically detonated a nuke in a civilian city, so... Interesting tradition and culture. Feel sad to see people sad. Oh, did one of her friends die? I can't remember her from the movie. I'm just going back like this. Or maybe we got some dialogue from her. It's been a while since I saw the movie, so... Yeah. It was greatly explained at the end of season 2, or season 1. And into the fire. How are you gonna solve this, Tanya? And why is this music play? This music feels like Being X is gonna come in because it just reminds me of that. Well, how is she need to re-educate them, but they're currently on a mission, so how can she do it during the mission? Well, I don't know. Is that real? It should be. Does some country give a penguin an honorary rank? I know about the bear that became a troop member, and I think it was some Italians that got an extra member when they returned home. But I have never heard of a penguin receiving a rank, honor rank. Maybe she doesn't mean military, but tell me in the comments. Did she really burn that, or is this just a vision from her? You're not gonna make a deal with Being X, no. That would be... It wouldn't really go against your morals, but for what, basically? And nothing really that Tanya has is she willing to give up that Being X would ask for, basically. I don't think she ever would relinquish any form that violated her freedoms. Aww. At least you're a mage, you can keep yourself warm, but yeah, it's gotta be rough. Yeah, it's been mentioned very much, actually, that the Empire's greatest strength and their military is very based on mobility and their ability to move around. So, which goes along with Tanya's force being, you know, strategically used and some such. So what are you gonna do? Because you can't abandon the front lines and just flee the country. Because you have everybody else. You have Victoria, you have your group. Don't you care about that? And to be honest, I do like to think that Tanya is somewhat of a patriot still. She actually believes in her country and beyond just liking her generals, because I think she does, at least somewhat, because they're incredibly capable. But I believe she has some fondness for the Empire at this point, which, to be honest, I do too. I actually, I mean, they're basically the underdog in this fight, so I do want them to sort of succeed, or at least reach a peace. I mean, we all want the war to be over. Mm. Oh. Infantry brigades. That's a lot. I hope he, yeah. I mean, mages are, as Tanya said, great at hunting down large enemy forces. And I think the Federation right now has an ace up their sleeve, because if they know that Tanya's here, thanks to that creep in the Federation, they're probably gonna send their mages here. If we're lucky, in a somewhat twisted way, he will want to capture Tanya because of his obsession, I should say, but he, if you even could call that lucky, but they're gonna avoid kill shots and some such. But with being who knows? Great title screen. Their headquarters is a church, somewhat, or at least look like that. They're all in different clothing, but they all seem like mages. Yeah. Sounds like a decent plan. General battle strategy. If you're lucky, you can send support, but probably not gonna happen. Are we gonna see if they can actually succeed? I mean, that would be great actually if her troop surprises her. The Salamander group surprises her by their surprising adaptability, that they actually listen to her. They're gonna keep back, reserve forces, and keep shells only on the most important targets, and so on. Now, alternatively, it could go the opposite reaction. They overdo it. They basically never use the reserve forces and never shoot a shell. Something along those lines. Could happen. Is that a... hold on. Weird that the guy behind... the guy besides him is having a little smirk on his face. But, probably doesn't mean anything. Oh, that's bad. First off, you probably need Tanya's authorization. And why are you leading a recon team? I mean, you know what he's doing. You know that it's sort of wrong. Ugh. Jesus. Apologies if you hear something in the background. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but it doesn't sort of matter because Tanya is your absolute superior officer, so... Told you to shut up. I mean, Tanya can be as informal as she likes, because she basically owned these people. Is to be treated as missing in action, yeah. But that's not fair. Fair? What does fair have to do with it? It's actually their situation. At least she's somewhat safer here, because would she rather sit here in the command center and giving commands, or would she be out there fighting? And she may actually be preferred out there fighting because she, well, she's incredibly capable and she doesn't think much of these communist forces. So it would probably make it easier in the long run. But generally saying, she is safer here. And that makes it harder. I mean, it helps them because the defensive is easier to pull. Well, never mind, actually. I was about to say that the snow obviously obscures vision and the snow is hard to move through, so it helps the defender side. But it obscures vision for both sides, and the attackers know where the defenses is, while the defenses do not know where the attacker is. So it's a bit of a conundrum. How are you gonna get through this challenge? The blue is... I actually don't know which side is which. Our common users are reporting enemy contacts. You should probably check them up and check so it's not completely incompetent. Or are they waiting for the mages? Because that's a new development. But to be honest, it feels like the Empire would have spies that would notify such a huge deployment or differing in policy if they went out and used all their mages and released them. But then again, it probably may be not that hard to move them all in secret because, you know. Yeah. All right. All right. I do hope you can follow that. Oh, some new magic. They've actually made the magic look a little bit different, and that's because we've seen a differing use of it. We've seen them, of course, use binoculars, I believe they're called, sorry. But we haven't seen the added magic, which is cool to see, and it's obviously more a project of the added animation budget, which I'm very happy about. I remember that scream to fire. He's probably been in past seasons. Did you hit? Interesting. I hope you do that, but it's gotta be nerve-wracking. I mean, we can talk shit about them all we want, but I would definitely be not able to handle this sort of pressure and be in the military like this. It's incredibly rough. I mean, well, it's gotta improve their nerves behind them. I mean, it's also quite bad because they're not expecting any mages. So they could pull an incredible surprise attack if they put a bunch of mages here. Now, obviously, their mages is gonna be very low in skill if this is the first battle they're gonna engage, but the sheer number may help them, because we don't know how many mages the Federation has, and I believe there should be a lot more than the Empire, for example. The Empire has a lot more veterans, of course, but the Federation, I don't know. I was about to say that they're gonna force children to fight, but Tanya is a child, so it wouldn't really mean anything, but it would be pretty rough to see the Federation pull out the mage's children. Tick, tick, tock. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to observe this. I mean, you've seen how dedicated the communists are, Tanya. I don't believe she can figure out there's mages, of course, but... What? They're what used to be brigades. What do you mean? We didn't... Oh my god, are they escapees? Or defect? What do you say? Deserters? Deserters? Are they deserters or just fleeing from their country? Oh. What? Is that... Is... I mean, that's a relief actually, but I'm still on the edge for those mages. But I don't mean... I don't think even the Federation would have used these as a distraction. Sustained fire? Is that really necessary? But Panzer von? Oh, for a minute I thought he was on top of it, and I imagined there's a character in Full Metal Alchemist who drives a tank and holds out her sword, which I thought for a second that he did. He didn't. That's fine, but he shouldn't. But that's not one. Oh, that's I'm gonna go back, not because I want to watch it again, because I was distracted and it looked rough. Oh, thank God they didn't show much. But that captain is gonna hear a real earful during his recon mission. Is this really great, taking the offensive like this? Because this is a full-on offensive maneuver. I would have at least held the mages back, but then again, they are great for hunting enemy forces. Never mind. I'm sure you know what you're doing. Hmm. I mean, be careful not to be complacent. Oh. Is that Tanya? It can't be. Oh my god. Do you wanna terrify them? Do you wanna keep them on edge? I mean, what are you thinking here, Tanya? You gotta be reasonable. What are you doing? Please, you gotta keep calm. Don't kill him. Don't kill him, please. Please don't kill him. Yeah, I'm sure he's doing his best. They're all doing their best. You gotta understand that, Tanya. And oh my god. They're probably gonna survive, but you really want to keep them on edge. I mean, they're gonna be... You're scaring me. You can hear her changing voice. And it was to terrify him specifically, but it terrified everybody, so... And mission? Success? I don't know. Could be. Oh. 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 Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's... Is that... We're never... That's... all your mages can see that, but they know who you are. I'm gonna go back a bit. She is incredibly expressive. But... I mean, you probably told them that because of a teacher thing, that you gotta keep them alive and make them believe they can do their job in some such, and just constantly nagging on them is just gonna make them second guess every single choices they make. So they're gonna be still on training, still, but you gotta punish that guy who went on a recon mission. For better or worse, I'm a high-ranking military officer. Yeah. Yeah. Get all the credit you want. Aww. Imagining the war be over. That's right. Smile if the war is over. Oh, you look incredibly traumatized. And you're pretty lucky to get back alive. I'd be the one to take the blame. That's right, you're a high-ranking military officer. You probably get executed, or shot, or worse. Stand trial. uh, can't you say that you're a child and, you know, your parental guardian or something? Oh. But I don't think this war is gonna continue until she's an adult, and actually I'm looking forward to seeing adult Kaina and how much this war is gonna just mess with her psyche, because she's not mentally stable right now. She gives off the atmosphere of incredibly calm and controlled, but she's basically, well, I don't really know, because this is a common symptom of war, of it being so incredibly horrible, but just her obsession with it. And these are a thing that people in these positions need to contemplate. But Tanya is just a different beast. Oh, what is that? They do that in anime quite a lot, using those visuals, zooming in on the face. But they've done a lot of things with Tanya's face this episode, and they also did that in season 1. But this single episode may have almost have the combined total in all of her facial expressions she did in season 1. It's a lot, and they do it on everybody. We saw it with the creep in the Federation, and we saw it with a few soldiers. It's great for me. I like it. But it does give Tanya more of a vibe of the unstableness. Right. Did you kill him? I was waiting for it. But, alright. Now I get it. It's not a teacher thing. It's to maintain her reputation. I mean, they know, right? They're incredibly nervous, but this act, everybody knows it's an act. But it's an act that they know that she will repeat, and that means that she may forgive future mistakes. It doesn't matter to them if it's an act or not. Some may even say that it's better that it is an act for her to make, the hard decisions, or what you call it. Oh. Oh, I see. I'm surprised you didn't kill him. Well, you would if he returned. Yeah. Did he desert? He did give that vibe that he would desert. Especially that he believed that there were two not battalions, but brigades of infantry around him. He probably would have been shot on sight, so I don't think that. I think he may have just gotten unlucky and maybe got hit by the artillery, because they need to communicate if they send out a recon squad. For successful defense. Mm? Turn early end to our war. That's great. And yeah, the two-headed dragon, obviously. I must have just forgotten. You're sitting in your special chair, Tanya, I see. You look mad. Oh. I thought the episode were ending, but no. It's everywhere in the capital, I'm told. It's the language of flowers. Agladios means victory. Supposedly a symbol of peace. Ah. What is it? What? Peace is the greatest good. Is that Tanya? Or, I guess, the white silver? Who thought of that? I mean, it's a great symbolism with the olives and everything. And peace is the greatest good. And yeah, I think the empires actually do a great choice. That their propaganda is focused on peace. And that they want the war to end. Now, it may increase frustration in their soldiers, their military overall, because the expectation that this war will end soon. But when you broadcast peace for 10 years, it's gonna get stressful. But it also signals that they're open for peace. They're open to negotiate, which is the important part. It's really why they do it. But this, I don't know if that's really a right choice. Advertise a child soldier as a sign of peace. The angel is behind. It's incredibly ironic. I'm betting being X had a hand behind it because that's incredibly ironic. Showing her as an angel. Oh, little music beat. Is that the ending? It is. Great episode overall, I gotta say. I really liked it. And it's a great beginning to Yusenki. I, I I actually forgot to mention it, but I have very high expectations for this just because it means so much to me, and it definitely lived up to it. I love that we gone over all the situation, their group, everything. I love their dynamic. I also love how Tanya is the focus and her differing expression and she acts and what she does. And we also even got a moment where she uses her real voice here, and it's so it's great. It's great. Uh, do I have anything else to comment? I think I've definitely said it all. So comment what you thought, and I am definitely right now going to watch or attempt to watch some other YouTube reactions. So I'll see you later. Bye.